Soldier Field in Chicago. It's Week 4 of the NFL on EA Sports. Chicago Bears taking on Daniel Jones and the Indianapolis Colts.
They say summer is the time to live in Chicago. Well, that's extended into autumn as we are ready to roll under blue skies at Soldier Field. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Indianapolis Colts and the Chicago Bears. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Bears team entering play. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every...
2-1-2 teams, each hoping to get back to 500, and we're underway in Week 4. Now here's Johnson. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by a late signee this year, their 31-year-old quarterback. It's Cam Newton.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some, they threw it accurately. 1 touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
10 at the 40-yard line.
Now Newton on first down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Incomplete.
So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Throwing again. Newton. Here's Moss with a catch out of the backfield. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line.
The tackle made back at the 37.
So negative yardage, a loss of 3 on second down, and that leads to a tough third down call. Newton. And that is incomplete.
Newton's pass.
So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
45 yards, that's what the punt goes for. 5 on the return. And the Colts will go on offense here, first and 10.
20-yard line.
Now the first carry for LaShawn McCoy. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. He's got his running back, LaShawn McCoy. And they will stop him short. They get him to the ground at the 27. No first down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Walked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a fourth down?
Jordan Berry.
Now Jordan Berry on to kick this one away. Back deep, D.D. Westbrook. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. So possession goes over here on the punt, and the Bears take over. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. Out of the gun, Newton. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. James Washington was the intended target, but it's going to be 2nd down.
Akello Witherspoon on the coverage.
Back to the air, Newton on 2nd down. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. The improv act there, good for 9, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for this with Moss. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
1st down, they stay with Moss on the ground. The numbers on Moss from last week's game, and they just could not stop him defensively. Hit the 200-yard mark, went over that, but he didn't score one time.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy, isn't it? Because normally when you have that kind of performance, you hit on a couple of big, long runs, a 60-yarder, a 70-yarder. But for him, it was more like a 10 here, a 20 there. He spent the entire game just wearing down that defense.
He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. Jerry Hughes too strong as he's in for the sack. Boy, he came in off the edge so quickly there.
Look out, because that's exactly what it was being shouted by the offensive lineman to his quarterback because he had no chance to block him.
Here's Johnny Hacker now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad.
At their own
2nd drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. And the last drive, their 1st drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
1st down.
So those are the numbers for Gronk in last week's outing. 10 catches, 102 yards.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that he's off to a hot start here in this 1st month, and those are the kind of performances you expect to see going forward.
And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line.
He's taken down at the 33-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Jones. He'll get this to the rookie from TCU. That's Jalen Reagor. 11 yards there, 1st down.
A gain of 11 on the play. 1st down, Indianapolis.
Here's Jones on 1st and 10. Quickly to Gronkowski. That's caught. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run out.
And this is taken in at the 5. And finally out of bounds all the way down at about the 2.
And goal at the
From the 2, here's 1st and goal. They'll try and run it with McCoy. And he takes it in for a Colts score. LaShawn McCoy, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Colts are going to take a first-quarter lead. Nice job of polishing off that drive, but all the credit there goes to that play prior.
Yeah, it certainly does, because after that big play, I think resistance almost felt futile at that point, didn't it? And the very next play, they come right back, quick, fast, and in a hurry, and put it in the end zone.
And this is good to make it 7-0 Indy. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it ends with a LaShawn McCoy touchdown run. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
23-yard line.
The Chicago offense set to get started. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Last week, of course, the great performance, over 200 yards. He still wants to be fed.
And they should. That's exactly what you should do. I have not yet met a running back that's run for over 200 yards that says the very next week, hey, let's back things up.
I don't need it as much.
No, they want it more and more. They're going to be ready to go because they think that's going to happen naturally now.
1st and 10 at the 36.
They'll run on first down with Moss. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. Play action. It's Newton. He'll buy some time right. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down. So an instance there of Cam being Cam. We know he can use his legs.
And with that big body, it's hard to get him down, even if you get a clear shot on him. Plus, he moves it a lot faster than what people think. And boy, does he have fun playing the game of football.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 right at the 40. A shotgun snap for Newton. Open man is Higbee, the tight end. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 11 more on that one and another first down. They'll run a draw now with Moss. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop.
The ball carrier.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 15, and he's going to return it to the 21-yard line.
They'll take over.
Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points no matter what. At worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
And now Indianapolis set to take the field. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Jones. Got his man complete over the middle. It's McCoy.
Jones.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Intended for
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on 3rd down. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. The sack by Harold Landry, the former Boston College Eagle.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes, and just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate, and of course they'd like to forget the ending, the interception, but they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
2nd down at 5. On the handoff, it's Moss. And once again, this Colts defense stops him behind the line of scrimmage. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6. The Bears on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. He finds his target, Fuller. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. His first catch, good for 14 there and a 1st down. They'll run on 1st down. Moss. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
1 yard gain.
2nd and 9 from the 44.
At the 44-yard line.
To throw is Newton. Gets this into the hands of the tight end, Higbee. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
1st and 10 at the 40.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a 1st down.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again. Newton sliding out of the pocket. He's going to take off with it. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down. The Bears on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Going right side here, and that's complete. And they'll get him to the ground, and he has another 1st down at the Colts' 25-yard line. A good pickup, 17 yards and a Bear 1st down. Now a 1st down throw for Newton. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Incomplete.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again. Newton. And that's complete to Zach Moss out of the backfield.
Newton's pass.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
That's a
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
That's good.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. So another 3rd down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal. Newton throwing again. And he's got it. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Tyler Higbee, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bears are an extra point away from tying the football game. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Here's Tate to return. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Colts take over 1st and 10
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
On 1st and 10, Jones. Over the middle, complete to Tate. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 7 yards the pickup there.
2nd and 3 at the 49.
On 2nd down, it's McCoy. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. Jones from the gun on 3rd down. Open man is Anderson.
Jones.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 38-yard line. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
Has a pretty good throw on the curl route there. 3rd down, and they pick up a first.
Defense should be aware for that, right?
They should be aware, but it was so hard sometimes.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Because when they sell that route really well, you think they're going upfield, then they curl back, show their numbers to the quarterback, and complete the play.
Now Jones throwing on 1st down. Over the middle, complete. That's McCoy. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
First down.
Jones now on 1st down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
Jones pass.
Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Indianapolis.
Now McCoy. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown.
Touchdown.
LaShawn McCoy with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Colts have taken the lead. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Extra point try by Bailey. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it ends with a LaShawn McCoy touchdown run. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the 2nd quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call it in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles.
Touchdown, Chicago! D.D. Westbrook. His first touchdown on the year. And the Bears are an extra point away from tying the football game. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And this carries into the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard.
Now the Colts offense gets ready to head back on the field. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
He's taken down.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. This give is to McCoy. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. The Colts on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
A gain of 3.
And this is just a little touch pass. They send the receiver in motion, just kind of tap it forward to him. Now, it doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a first down, a nice, consistent gain.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Gronkowski again, he was the intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down.
It's 2nd down and 10.
Here's Jones to throw again. He gets it into the hands of Gronkowski, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
17 yards.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 47. From the gun, Jones into the hands of his receiver, Anderson. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 10 more there and another first down.
The Colts first down.
And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers.
They're trying for Rager, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
Jones pass.
CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
On the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 11 yards there, first down. That's complete to Moss out of the backfield. And he's taken down inside the 30. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. Give him 6 on the play, and it'll make it 2nd down. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. So 2nd and 4 from the 22. Again, Newton. And his throw here is incomplete. Trying to get it there to D.D. Westbrook, and it's third down. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. And he completes it to Westbrook, and he'll have the 1st down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. To the air again, Newton. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Cam Newton with his 3rd touchdown pass of this first half. And the Bears have broken the tie.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, you see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this 2nd quarter. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Colts take over 1st and 10.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Inside of a minute left in the half, does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Throw left side complete. It's McCoy. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jones.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone...
And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. The sack coming from big Dalvin Tomlinson. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a bit. But first, time for a trip around the league on this final weekend of September. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the 2nd quarter. In our game, it was Cam Newton who led the way in that first half. His 3 touchdown passes have his guys out in front as we hand things back over to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the 2nd half. Set to resume. Here we go with the 2nd half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
Out come the Colts. They'll have it first here to start quarter number 3. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the 2nd half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now. Hotly contested in the 3rd quarter. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
A 2-yard gain on the play. And it's
on 3rd and 2. Jones. Jones in trouble here, and down he goes.
Rashawn Evans. Daniel Jones sacked.
Now, I guess, partner, you call that a coverage sack.
Oh, without a doubt, because where did he have to go with the football? I know everybody wants to get on him about, hey, get rid of the football. You had too much time in the pocket. But he's scanning the field, nowhere to go, and that allowed the pressure to ultimately get to him.
Here's Jordan Berry now as he's on to punt for Indianapolis. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. 42 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So here are the Bears to take over on offense. They've got the lead right now, and last week they were able to defeat the Atlanta Falcons here as they try to make it 2 victories in a row. They couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, 1-score game. 1st and 10 here. On 1st down, they'll start out with Moss. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
Tackle made at the 36-yard line. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
They'll go again here with Moss. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
Ball carrier. Raekwon McMillan on the tackle. No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down.
Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Jack Crawford able to drop him for a loss of 2, and that will bring up 4th down.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
Here's Johnny Hacker now as he's on to punt for Chicago. Good coverage there, holds him to just a 2-yard return following a punt of 44. And out will come the offense as they take over. They'll start the drive with a carry by McCoy. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
Ball carrier.
Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3.
7-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Again, it's McCoy. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line.
He's taken.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Gain of 6. 1st down.
Now we've got whistles and a flag. Looked like one of the Colts linemen might have jumped. And maybe they were coming with a blitz that time and it caused a jump.
I think if we saw it, you know that they saw it. Might have been a little discussion down there. Bad guys coming. Pick them up. Pick them up. And someone jumped.
Jones operating from the gun. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Tate.
Jones pass. Complete.
That'll be a gain of 15 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here. A give to McCoy.
43-yard line.
And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Harold Landry picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. That's number 4. Sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. Operating from the gun, Jones. Going to drop this off to McCoy, complete. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Just a loss of a yard there, but it's not going to help. Now they face a 3rd and 14. Well, plays like that, Charles, no doubt, they're just going to continue to fuel this crowd.
And this defense is already playing well, but it also feeds on the energy of that crowd that you're talking about, and that takes them up to another level. Right now, they're playing really loose. They've got the lead, and what a nice stop they just made there behind the line of scrimmage.
He's got it complete to Gronkowski. And they will get this across midfield, but still well short of the first as he's dropped at the 46.
But it brings up.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
Here's Jordan Berry now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds.
At their own 15-yard line.
Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And he'll take this one up over the 20 to the 21-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
The open man is Westbrook. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
One of the feature points of the end route is being able to make a nice throw to the middle part of the field. And for a quarterback, that's one of the better throws and better looks that he'll get. But he has to be careful not to wait too long and let his receiver wander into some tough territory. If he's late with the ball, he can get his receiver hit and hit hard.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Right back to Moss. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll toss this right side to Moss. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. They'll try the air now with Newton. That'll be taken in there by James Washington.
Complete to James Washington. A gain of 10 makes it 3rd and 3.
Newton on 3rd down. He can run for it, and he will. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Running into the kicker. Defense.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Newton on 1st down. This one hauled in by Sample. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
10 yards on the
in need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down. On the give, this is Moss. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 11 yards there, first down.
1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Going with Moss on the ground. And he'll get this one down to about the 27.
The ball carrier.
And on the stop defensively, Raekwon McMillan. Still 9 yards to go on 2nd down from the 27. He's going to take off with it. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
Jerry Hughes on the tackle. That's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 5.
From the gun on third down, Newton. Open man, Higbee, the tight end. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 12-yard line. 3 quarters have come and gone. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Newton. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. The 330-pounder Al Woods brings the boom on the sack.
17-yard line.
This has been a good march down the field, but now they're stuck looking at a 2nd and 14. Look at this, a tight end carry. And he'll take this one down near the 15. He'll get 2 yards back, but it's going to leave him with a long 3rd and 13.
It's a gain of 2. 3rd down and 13.
And some strong running. And they're going to drop him well shy of the 1st as he can only make it to the 11. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves him with a 4th down now. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here.
Field goal, a 28-yard attempt.
Sanders' kick is good. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10.
Bears 24, Colts 14.
A big one there. That gives them a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, let a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. That'll be taken in by Anderson.
Jones pass.
That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit.
On the pickup.
Options galore here. 2nd and a few inches. Now a draw play. This is McCoy. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. 11 yards there. 1st down.
At the 40-yard line.
Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on 2nd and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the 1st down there, but as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
It's a gain of 5.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Jones quickly to Gronkowski. That's Kahn.
Jones.
And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down.
And it's
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
an 8-yard pickup.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. From the gun, Jones. And he'll check this one down to McCoy. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
Complete to LeSean.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
2nd and 2.
They'll run with a former Badger. It's Corey Clement. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line.
Taken down.
There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
And the Colts
operating from the gun. Jones. That's complete right around the 8.
pass.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
It's a gain of
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry? Ball gets tipped in the air, because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
On 2nd down, it's McCoy, and he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 4 yards on the play. That's going to lead to 1st and goal. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Give him 3 on the game there. 2nd and goal.
A gain of 3 brings up 2nd and goal.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Daniel Jones, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Colts have got it back to a 1-score game.
Well, I'd have to say that for him, that was an all-encompassing drive because it was his arm that got his team down to that point, but his legs that finished the deal. Give him credit for making it happen.
Bailey now for the extra point. It's up and good, and this now becomes a 24-21 ball game. So that drive, 12 plays in length, and it culminates in an Indianapolis touchdown. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. 1st downs a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and...
From the 27, Newton on the move to his left. He'll try and run it. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down. The Bears on 3rd down. They've converted 6 times and could use a 7th here. This will be 3rd and 5. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the 1st. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. On 1st down, Newton. Fuller brings it in over the middle. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 down at the 33. From the gun, here's Newton. That's complete to the tight end Sample. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
A 7-yard pickup.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. Off play action, Newton. That is caught inside the 5. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. James Washington, his 2nd touchdown on the season as the Bears push further out in front.
Well, after another passing touchdown, I don't think it'd be an understatement to say that he's in the zone, and I believe he likes it.
Sanders now to add the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. That time a 6-play drive. And the end result is a Bears touchdown.
21.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical. Now Jones on 1st and 10. Staying on his feet, but he can't get away forever, and down he goes. Daquan Jones. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. And that one was nearly picked. Not sure he was accounting for the free safety. That brings up 3rd down.
It's 3rd down.
Jones now throwing on 3rd and long. And quickly finding Rager. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. They get a big amount back, 18 yards, but they'll still look at a 4th down now. Facing this big first-half deficit, they keep the field goal unit on the sideline. They're going for it. Here's Jones. From the gun, he'll throw. And that is incomplete, but there is a flag. And on 4th down, this is a big call. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
Golden Tate, his intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Here's a throw caught by Gronkowski. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 16 yards, a 1st down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. From the gun, Jones. Going to throw right side here, complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Jones operating from the gun. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete.
Jones pass. Complete.
It's a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be a 2nd down. Caught right side, Tate. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line.
To Golden Tate.
Operating from the gun, Jones. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete.
Jones pass.
And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
You could tell they wanted to give that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
Something we haven't really seen much of from him, an incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way, because a quarterback on his back usually can't complete a pass.
So with just under 40 seconds to go, you figure this is going to need to bounce their way if they have any shot. So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
On 1st down, it's Moss. And he's got this down to the 35. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And they'll indeed take a knee. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. And they will take a knee here. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. So 1st and 2nd down went in the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13. And they take a knee.
Newton on the keeper.
Well, they certainly didn't appear to be fired up about their options throwing the football. So, to me, this seems like a case of just kind of taking their medicine there, run the ball, see if they could pick up something. Instead, they were throwing for a loss.
Today's final.
But, Charles, a one-score game. Down to the end we went. They had one final play in that one-score game. We all knew what was coming, the Hail Mary. They just couldn't get it done.
Wasn't exactly complicated, was it? We all knew, as you said, and go long and see if we can find someone open. They didn't get it done. Someone's happy. Someone is not.
So for the Bears, It'll be a 500 start as the win gets them back to 2-2. And they'll get to stay home again next week as the Tampa Bay Buccaneers come to town. Meanwhile, for the Colts, they'll drop down to 1-3. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Cleveland to take on the Browns. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.